As the years pass and you grow older, something quietly beautiful begins to unfold inside you. You start to see life with a clearer lens. You don't rush to please everyone anymore. You understand people in a deeper way, and most importantly, you begin to value your peace, your real, quiet, sacred peace, more than anything else. In your younger days, maybe you went out of your way to make others happy. Maybe you stayed silent just to avoid conflict. You may have tolerated people who drained you, thinking that was the kind or proper thing to do. But now, in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you realize your time is sacred. Your emotions, your energy, your calm, they are treasures. Every day you wake up feels more valuable than ever before. And every person you let into your space either brings warmth or leaves behind a chill. That's why, at this stage in life, protecting your peace is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity. Many elders today are learning something powerful. Kindness is a gift, yes, but it's not something you hand out blindly. You give it with wisdom, because being kind to the wrong people can do real damage. It can bring you stress, heartache, and that deep emotional exhaustion that no one sees but you feel all day long. You might have believed that if you're kind enough, patient enough, people will change. But the truth is, some people don't change. No matter how generous or gentle you are, they continue to take and take, until there's nothing left but your silence. Just pause for a moment and think back. Have you ever felt completely drained after spending time with someone? Ever doubted yourself because of a comment someone made? Something cold, critical, or dismissive? Maybe it was a family member who never said thank you, a friend who only reaches out when they want something, or a neighbor whose words leave a sour taste in your spirit. You smile, you help, you nod politely, but inside, you feel hurt, used, sometimes even invisible. As you grow older, those feelings cut deeper. You don't bounce back the way you once did. Your energy is more limited, your emotional space more delicate. And truly, life in this chapter is meant to be lighter, not heavier. You deserve to wake up and feel calm, not anxious about who's going to bring their problems to your doorstep today, not worried about whose crisis is going to land in your lap. Your heart deserves peace, not pressure. So here's something you need to know and deeply believe. Being kind doesn't mean letting others trample your spirit. Real kindness, the kind that heals, not hurts, starts with being kind to yourself. That means boundaries. It means saying, "No, I can't talk right now." It means quietly stepping away from people who leave you feeling worse instead of better. And no, that doesn't make you selfish. It makes you wise. The moment you stop giving your energy to people who don't value your kindness is the moment you begin to breathe more freely. You sleep better, laugh easier, enjoy the small, beautiful things that are still all around you. In fact, many older adults will tell you, the day they stopped tolerating certain people was the day they started feeling free. So, as you sit back now and look at your life with all its chapters, remember this. Not everyone deserves a seat at your peaceful table. There are people you must stop being kind to, not out of anger, but out of self-respect, because your happiness matters, your joy matters, and your peace, that's priceless. Yes, it may feel uncomfortable at first. Maybe even a little guilt creeps in, but stay with it, because soon you'll notice something shift. That heavy feeling, it starts to lift. Your shoulders feel lighter. Your breath comes easier. And one day, you'll look back and wonder why you didn't do it sooner. Now let's talk about the first type of person to distance yourself from. The constant complainer. The one who walks into a sunny room and brings a thundercloud with them. No matter what's going right, they find something wrong. They complain about their kids, their health, their neighbors, the weather. Sometimes even about you. And you, being kind, listen. Maybe you've done this for years. You smile, offer advice, try to cheer them up. But afterward, you're left with a heavy heart. Their negativity sticks to you like dust on a clean shirt. Let me say this gently but clearly. It's not your job to absorb someone else's darkness. Imagine waking up, sipping your tea by the window, feeling thankful for the day ahead. Then the phone rings. It's that person again. Within minutes, your peaceful morning is gone, replaced by complaints, gossip, or bitterness. Why do we let people do this to us? Often because we feel guilty for saying no. We confuse kindness with self-sacrifice. But it's time to let that go. You have every right to protect your peace, to gently say, I'd rather talk about something light today, or simply not answer the phone every single time, or keep visits short and sweet. The world won't end if you step back. And what happens next is powerful. You feel brighter, lighter. Your days start to stretch out with more ease and more smiles. You find yourself humming again, sleeping deeper, enjoying your meals without that heaviness in your chest. That's the gift of boundaries. That's the reward for choosing peace over people-pleasing. Don't wait for the negative people in your life to change. They probably won't. But you can change how much space they take up in your world. Your emotional peace is not just a nice idea. It's your right. And as you grow older, that right becomes even more important. So protect it, guard it, defend it like it's the most precious thing you own. Because truly it is. You deserve a life that feels calm, joyful, and full of light. And it all begins when you stop being kind to those who steal your... The fifth kind of person you should never keep being kind to in your older years is the one who secretly envies you and cannot stand to see you happy. These people might wear a smile, might speak in polite tones, but behind their eyes is something else. A quiet discomfort every time they see you content, joyful, or doing well. They may be relatives, neighbors, or even old friends. On the surface, they appear supportive. But when you share good news, whether it's something simple like your garden blooming, or something meaningful like a visit from your grandchild, you notice their face tighten. They change the subject, or they offer a cold remark that sounds like support but feels like a sting. Must be nice, they'll say. Or, not everyone's that lucky. They might even try to make you feel guilty for enjoying your life, as if you need to apologize for being at peace. Over time, this silent jealousy creeps in like a fog. You begin to hesitate before sharing your joy. You question whether it's okay to talk about what's going well. Their energy makes you shrink your smile, and little by little, your light dims. But hear this clearly. Your happiness is not something to hide. You have every right to feel proud of the life you built, the love you've given, and the peace you've earned. Jealousy is not your burden to carry. It's theirs. And no one who truly loves and respects you will ever try to make you feel small for simply being happy. In your older years, it's time to release people who can't celebrate your joy. You don't need anyone in your life who competes with you, who resents your good fortune, or who tries to dull your sparkle just because theirs has faded. You deserve people who cheer when you succeed, who light up when you walk into the room, who feel honored to witness your happiness. And just like with the others, this doesn't mean you need to be cruel or confrontational. It means you slowly stop sharing your inner world with people who respond with envy instead of warmth. You protect your good news like a treasure, sharing it only with those who make you feel seen, supported, and truly happy to be alive. Your joy is a gift, not just to you, but to the world. You've lived through enough storms. Now these years are meant for sunshine, laughter, and calm. If someone in your life can't handle that, if they choose jealousy over love, then it's time to step away. You are not responsible for their insecurities, but you are responsible for protecting your peace. Because joy should never feel like something you have to hide. And when you surround yourself with people who celebrate you instead of secretly competing with you, life becomes so much sweeter. Think back to a moment when you felt genuinely proud. Maybe it was a small garden you nurtured into life, a new hobby that brought a spark to your day, or a birthday gathering filled with laughter and love. But then, someone tried to dim that light. Maybe they quickly shifted the conversation to themselves. Maybe they reminded you of what you don't have instead of celebrating what you do. That feeling, that sudden dip in joy, is a quiet signal of envy. And when you keep showing kindness to people who carry envy in their hearts, you often end up feeling smaller, heavier, and strangely unsure of yourself. But here's the truth. Your happiness is not a threat. It's a reflection of your journey, your growth, and your resilience. In this stage of life, your joy and peace are not just deserved, they're earned. And anyone who cannot honor that joy has no right to stand close to your heart. Pay attention to how you feel after being around someone. Do you feel uplifted or subtly pulled down? Do you walk away feeling seen and heard? Or do you feel like you need to dim your light the next time just to avoid their reaction? Life is far too short now to shrink yourself so someone else can feel taller. You are not responsible for someone else's jealousy, their insecurities, or their silent resentment. You are responsible for your own heart, and it's time to start protecting it. That means creating space. That means not sharing your dreams or special moments with people who twist them into something bitter. That means recognizing when someone quietly wishes to see you fall and choosing instead silent rivalry. Honor your happiness by keeping it close and keeping envious hearts at a distance. Watch how your days start to brighten and how good it feels to be fully, unapologetically yourself. As you move through this precious chapter of life, one truth becomes clear. Protecting your peace is one of the greatest gifts you can ever give yourself. Not because you've changed into someone less kind, but because you've finally learned to give your kindness wisely. This is not about being cold. It's not about shutting people out with anger. It's about quietly and confidently choosing yourself. Choosing your calm. Choosing your joy. When you take a step back from people who only take from those who speak to you with disrespect, from those who drown you in gossip and conflict, and from those who carry hidden envy in their hearts, you create space. Space for peace. Space for real love. Space for people who make your world feel lighter just by being in it. Because old age is not meant to be lived in constant worry, in tension, or in silence around those who don't value you. These years are meant to be your soft landing, a time where you smile more, breathe a little deeper, and finally feel the full warmth of a life well lived. So choose carefully. Be intentional about who you allow into your space. Spend your days with people who see your heart, who honor your wisdom, and who laugh with you, not at you. Let these years be full of meaning, not noise. Full of gratitude, not guilt. Full of peace. And remember, protecting your peace doesn't just make life easier. It makes life worth living. If these words have touched your heart or helped you reflect on the people around you, then we invite you to stay close to this space. Just press that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a moment of peace and wisdom. There's so much more to come. Gentle advice, uplifting stories, and simple steps that can help you create a calmer, happier life in your golden years. Stay with us, because this journey is just beginning, and the best chapters